Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Journey to Millennium. I'm your host, Jeff Romandus, and I am here today to talk about a particular thing that happened to me a couple weeks ago. Essentially, it was a weird dream I had. And wow, looking at this me on the full screen, I don't think I've seen my face cam on a full screen like ever. I've always been a tiny little screen in the corner of my streams and whatnot, but that's pretty interesting. But at any rate, if you excuse me, I have to move me here to my sidebar here, but get ready for the next topic. But I hope you're ready, everyone, because it's mad time! Alright, so we're back, and like I said earlier, I was going to talk about this strange dream I had. And this dream, well, it was beyond bizarre. In this dream, I'm not going to say any specifics, but I kind of wrote a short summary on my Discord server. I think I pinned it in the messages, so if you want to look at that little summary that I had of that dream, I'm pretty sure I put in the general chats on my Discord server. Links to all that and my other social medias will be in the description down below. Little plug in there. So please check this out if you have the time and opportunity. However, what I'm going to talk about today is the fact because I had that strange dream, over the past couple of weeks or so, I've been inspired to, well, my writing spirit has been essentially reignited. Shout out to one of my favorite video games who also got a reignited version some time ago, but my writing spirit has come back, and so because of that strange dream, I decided to finally get my creative mind in gear and start writing a light novel, in which I've decided to go along a theme that I've had for a while now with a couple other elements. Maybe I'm putting too much elements into this, but essentially this is an isekai light novel I've come up with. And because of that, the fantasy genre is also going to be tagged on along with it, because those two pretty much always go hand in hand. It wouldn't be an isekai without fantasy elements unless you're going for a reverse isekai. Like if you're doing the devil as a part-timer, that's technically a reverse isekai, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do the traditional sense in which the main character goes from real life world, like ours right now, into the fantasy world, hence the fantasy genre. But I'm also tacking on two more genres onto this, which may seem a bit odd, but considering the dream I had, it will make total sense. I'm tacking on both the magical girl and gender bender genres on top of that. And did I have a straight face when I said that? Because just saying out loud and record this as a video is a bit odd, but it kind of shows my, I want to say taste per se, but those are the genres that I typically, when it comes to anime, I look into quite a bit, on top of some comedy. I'm not going to focus the novel on being a full-blown comedy, but I do love comedies. I'm probably going to include some moments here and there, but again, isekai, fantasy, magic girl, and genderbender, those are the main four genres I'll be including in this light novel. And I've actually come up with the title, which kind of gives it the plot away, kind of like that time I was reincarnated as a slime. That kind of tells you like the general gist of what happened at the beginning, then the adventures just go from there. This is essentially kind of something similar. I mean, not exactly the same, but like, so essentially the title does enough exposition. The title I came up with is How I Became a Magical Girl, Then Another World's Hero. I'd be interested to know if anyone knows Japanese who can give me the Japanese translation of that, because that's like a long title alongside other animes, like, or light novels and whatnot. Like everyone knows like Rising of the Shield Hero, or That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime. Let's see, what's another good popular one in light novel form? How a Realistic Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom is a pretty good one that I liked. And then, oh yeah, she professed herself People of the Wise Man. And there's one light novel I have read. I don't think it's gotten an anime adaptation yet, but maybe even a manga one. I haven't done much research into it, but Accomplishments of the Duke's Daughter is by far one of my favorite light novels right now, so if you want to check that one out, I highly recommend that one. It's a very, very good one. Just recently on iTunes Store, the 5th volume, I believe, came out. The official light novel, I believe, in terms of just novel form, like just the book itself, no pictures or anything. I think it's up to like 7 volumes by now or something, so there's quite a bit of content you can check out there. Wise Man also should be getting its 5th light novel official volume out in English, translated. Actually, in a couple more days. Let's see. As of the recording and publishing of this video, it's the 17th. So let's see. In 2 more days or so, the 5th volume of People of the Wise Man should be coming out. So you can check that out if you're interested in that one. A little bit of promotion on those fronts. And because I highly recommend those light novels, they're very good. Pretty much all light novels for a lot of popular isekai anime, they're all good sources of entertainment. Like Konosuba, that's another one. But all these light novels out there, and since I've been, I wouldn't say reading them, I'd have to really think the invention of the voiceover function on smart devices, because it reads all these light novels out to me out loud, and while the pronunciations may not be perfect, I mean, because there's Japanese names and whatnot going around, and if maybe like stutterings here and there, so it kind of reads them off a bit odd and doesn't always read off things properly, like the sound effect, I mean, while you know that sound, if you were to hear the voiceover up, like how the voiceover reads, it says HRMM instead of saying which can get a little irritating at times, or instead of things like saying like what, when you read it out from like text form, it says it's like WHAT. So instead, the author, the voiceover, said like W what instead of saying what. So that's just some funny things about that. But that's essentially how I read the light novels that I've purchased from the iTunes Store, because I like having these official things on my iPad so I can read them anytime, anywhere. But as for my own light novel, I've pretty much got the general plot written down. I've gotten maybe 3 volumes possibly prepped up for this. I don't think I can go beyond 3 volumes. I probably have to go through a lot of creativity to go beyond that, but I've gotten essentially the general plot settled, and protagonist, antagonist, if you want to call them that. I wouldn't say like heroes and villains to a point, but just like general things here and there. And of course, the main character and the gender bender is the real weirdness of it. Almost makes me think of a certain voice actor who takes on the voice roles of like characters with a few screws loose. Except in this case, it's going to be in a different direction. And I have to admit to a little bit of self-inserting here, because the main character is kind of going to be based on me per se. So essentially, this is going to be just my version of how, if I would have a wish of being isekai, this is essentially how I would deal with the stuff. I really question of how many other isekai authors out there, writers and whatnot, have done their own self-insertions and how they dealt with isekai scenarios in. I'm still contemplating just how serious I want to make this light novel. Like, I want to make it as realistic as possible. I just want to go just full-blown fantasy and just like screw reality, because at this point in time, I'm just going with the flow, but I haven't really fully settled on realism to reality, realism to fantasy, fantasticity, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure you, the audience, have a general gist of what I'm talking about. So essentially, that's pretty much all I had to say here. Just want to give a little update on what I've been up to, considering I haven't really uploaded much content as of late. My mind's been a little busy. I mean, I'm a visually impaired person, and I only have one set of hands and one mind, and I can get easily sidetracked by things here and there, because like in the nighttime I'm doing Dynamax Adventures and Pokemon. I'm also doing other Pokemon related projects at the same time whenever I might be doing Dynamax Adventures. And then this light novel I'm currently doing. I'm also on the search for possibly a part-time job if I can't get support on Patreon, in which I should also mention that I'm hopefully getting the first chapter done. I think I have roughly like 3,000 words already written down, so that might be I'm not sure that's good progress, but that's essentially how much the Word document says I have for chapter 1. So, and I'm hoping to get to maybe 5,000 words per chapter. I'm not sure that's a good amount or not for a light novel. So hopefully the first volume per se has like up to 10 chapters or so. And if not 10 chapters, and somewhere between 5 to 7,500 words per chapter. Because I heard, according to what little research I've done, light novels typically have an average of 50,000 words, hence why they're called light novels. They're not really meant to be heavily filled with too many words. And since they're mostly focused on dialogue, that's actually something I enjoy when it comes to writing. I've done a lot of creative writing in the past, and even my past instructor said I apparently like taking the dialogue route when it comes to story building, which is why I'm actually fascinated with light novels, because they're also packed with dialogue. Hence how they're going to move their story along rather than going through too much exposition. I mean, exposition is necessary, but doing so through dialogue is also a bit more entertaining. And well, if I can get this going, and if someone could actually, like, I don't know, if someone wants to actually become an artist for me, like, I can't exactly pay you right now, but if I actually get enough funds via Patreon, like, I'm planning on posting the first chapter publicly once it's ready on my Patreon, and after that, all following chapters will have to be Patreon membership. So, of course, again, links to my Patreon down below, and if I can ever get my voice off the ground, I'm planning to upload more songs onto Patreon. At the moment, I believe on Patreon I already uploaded one of my cover songs for Melodies of Life in Final Fantasy 9. Yeah, I believe so. Yep. Should still be there unless it got taken down. I'm not sure if it did, but I'm thinking about doing some other covers in the future, maybe for other English songs. I've also been trying to do my own fan lyrics for some Japanese songs out there. But again, I'm just one person, only so much I can do, and I got so many ideas and so little time in the day to do this stuff. So any support on Patreon and other sources would definitely be appreciated to just help me get going. At the moment, I believe my pledge is $2 a month, so I don't know, just enough money to buy yourself a bottle of water or a soda of some kind. So your appreciation for that, you're pledging monthly is most appreciated, even though Patreon takes like some cut of that. Even just helping me out with like $1.50 would still be like, I would bow my head down to you as if you were a deity, because I can really use any help I can get. Self-plugging, be damned. It's just so much going on. Like, my mind is filled with ideas, and sometimes my fingers just can't write it all down enough, and sometimes I just lose stuff along the way. I mean, heck. If you ever go walk around outside and just walking around for the sake of your exercise health, I'm the type of person like Deku from My Hero Academia who just kind of gets lost in his own little world, and I had to start muttering to myself, and sometimes I just feel like the literal words are just floating around my head, and sometimes I just lose the train of thought. Like, I just go from one thing to another, and that's kind of how like that weird dream I had a couple weeks ago kind of was. Like, I won't tell you the specifics, but given the genre and this title I just gave you, you can probably have an idea what was going on. But essentially, like, the different like storylines my dream was hopping through. Let's see. Like, if I had to do like anime references as to what was going on in that dream, let's see. Miss Kiriritsu from the Monster Development Department was one anime I could think of. Dragon Ball was another one. Dragon Ball Z eventually. I guess Detective Conan to an extent, but a little bit of Well, there's more. It was like a mystery. It was like a mystery thing, but like more like fantasy stuff thrown into the mix. So I'm not sure. I don't know any fantasy mystery animes out there, but it gave me a Detective Conan vibe in a way, without the whole murder mysteries involved. But it was like definitely a mystery to be solved. And then there was this one section involving a tennis court. I have no idea where that part of the dream came from, but that was definitely bizarre. Like, my dream was literally hopping all over the place. with the whole magical girl thing being there pretty much that entire time, and I actually had like a magical girl partner going on in that dream, whom I believe might have been my older sister, but I highly doubt it. Unless she wants to hang out in my dreams, like I don't dream about her in that such a way, so nope. Cut that out of my head. Nope. Bad. Do not involve family in this. This is just me and my own weirdness. Like, I guess you can make the comment down below. Please share with me any weird dreams that you guys have had, and those weird dreams have inspired you to like, I don't know, to like write your own fan fictions, stories, and just, I mean, if you're comfortable sharing, please do. If not, I guess you could just DM me in Discord. They'll, of course, be linked down with everything else down below. And just like, you can just share me there because it's more private that way. But anyways, that's all I really have to really say on the matters here. I'm really not sure what else to say at this point. But I hope all of you have enjoyed my content. And again, remember I'm visually impaired and all that stuff, so I have no editors, no editing skills at the moment. So everything I'm doing essentially is just live recording, and I apologize for that. I'm doing whatever I can. However, if you can support me on Patreon, maybe I can actually start affording to maybe not purchase, but like hire some people to do editing for me. That's a future prospect. Working to get together other people. I'd love to, but I would need to network with them first. But in order, before I can network, I would need funds to do that. So that's why Patreon's there. I would love for you to support me on Twitch, but unfortunately, I'm not affiliated there just yet. I'm getting close though. I'm up to 48 followers, and I need to also get some more viewer averages in, so I can get that up as well before you can start doing subscriptions or sending me bits and whatnots and supporting me there, because I love support all over as many platforms as I can. And here on YouTube, of course, you can subscribe here because I would love to support here as well. And as I said, wow, I said like the outro quite a while ago, and frankly, I usually get not that I don't want to spend more time with you guys, but I think this video's drawn on long enough, so I go just end things here, and you guys can just enjoy this outro, and you can also find the names of the people who did my intro, outro soundtracks, as well as the logo and my banner, all from Fiverr. So shout out to those people, and I thank them for their help on creating these things, and I hope to employ their services again in the future for any future projects that I may require their services in. So until next time, take care, y'all.